Last week on the Ultimate Domino Battle.
It's going to be an easy win for us.
I think your team has done all it is.
Fight me, bro, fight me.
The Shakers took a clear lead while the Stylists struggled to make progress.
There may be a full stop.
We do not have backup lines.
Let me do the lines then. I can have it much quicker.
No.
I love it, where it's like empty space and you throw me and say, do whatever you want to make.
It's really going to come down to the fall down at this point.
You're about to watch episode 3 of the Ultimate Domino Battle. Now, in case you missed previous episodes, definitely start from where you left off. The link is in the description in case you need to catch up. As always, enjoy.
I also thought about maybe this effect where you have like 2 lines and 1 line in the middle and you just topple one of those lines so these dominoes fall to the side. Maybe we can have like multiple of those so it also makes kind of a wave.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So it's the final day and there's still something left to do. We have one small space which needs to be filled, like we have a couple ideas collected. Nathan's going to finish the triangular structure with the lines going in between of that. Just some last connections to be done and then we're done.
It's day 3 and it's crunch time. What we're going to be working on is finishing up all the main projects and then filling in the space as much as we possibly can with hopefully as many cool tricks and connections as possible.
That's certainly going to be challenging, which is something I am not used to, but I really like that.
Certainly the adrenaline is going to be pumping up. Hopefully no one makes a big mistake.
Today is all about time management, who is using their time wisely and who not. I just think that the Shakers look a bit more clean, even though it's a little bit emptier.
I do think that the Shakers have more interesting ideas. Like the concepts behind each of their tricks are really well thought out. The Stylists also have some really nice ideas, like especially the herringbone and the clear wall. Never seen that before. Spiral that Wasilia's been working on looks incredible. They both are really good setups, but I think the Shakers are a bit more innovative.
So, I don't think this has ever been done before. It's the field starter technique where it topples on both ends. Do you think we can make it curve around, basically in big swirls?
Well, you can.
With it working?
Well, yeah, sure. I'm very used to like the 45 degrees setting, so I can probably manage that.
Test.
So I've just finished tilting all the first dominoes in every tower so that when a domino line is going into here, the tower's falling this side. So now I just need to connect every single tower. Like I'm halfway there and almost done. This is the most sketchy part, but it's going good.
If you're enjoying this series, please, it would mean the world if you could give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you think of this series so far. It really helps us a lot, and hopefully if enough people like it, then we can make more of it.
We're nearly there too. It's just the lines at the back and our free stuff at the front.
I think if you manage your time well, you could very easily do the end structure and the rest of your setup. Because really, all you have left is just, you have open space, but that's really like, up to you.
It's largely going to be for lines and connections.
Right,
and
which those don't
mostly
take a long time
timing.
either.
It takes me a little bit longer just because I tend to slow down in smaller spaces.
You think that's more than 4 hours?
Maybe for just me.
For just the lines?
It's a lot of lines and barriers.
Let me do the lines then. I can have it much quicker.
No, you've got to do the front because I cannot do the tricks.
No, you're right about that. You will make it. I believe in you.
I love it, where it's like empty space and you throw me and say, do whatever you want to make.
Honestly, the Shakers just have a bit more conversations and a bit more talking to each other. Jonathan even drew some stuff in the hotel room yesterday evening, so they're prepared. I just think the Stylists, they got the hang of it a little bit more. I feel like yesterday they were a bit like we already lost. But I think today they tried to do their best.
I hope they're able to finish on time. That is definitely going to be something that they'll be keeping an eye on.
So here I'm going to make a technique which is like a normal straight line that goes quickly around here on the field, which will have like a second level of dominoes to get some lines on the side of the main line to get toppling. And that way I can make like a very colorful project without using too much dominoes or effort. And that's going to be our starting thing of our half of the setup.
I think ours is gonna win because I think we have the most originality.
We do have the most 3D structures, which is great. We do have a spiral made out of spirals, which is like, you can't top that, so I'm pretty confident.
Additionally, we do not have backup lines. We do not have any timing or backup lines,
Yeah.
which is a big plus when you're doing a creative project like this, when everything is able to be worked into the main line. I think for the most part, we've looked over it and we've done all we can do to make it as reliable as possible.
I think so as well. So I'm pretty confident as well.
Personally, I think that our process was definitely different from the other side, because if you look at their style, it seems like they definitely came up with a lot of things on the spot, but most of our tricks were quite well planned and thought out.
Yeah, that I agree.
Overall, ours might have a better flow to it, even if there's just a tiny bit less originality. The way that our setup is built is definitely in a slightly risky way, in the sense that we've got a lot of complex tricks that do a lot of things, and not very many timing lines or backup lines. So
That's true.
a lot of things have to work to perfection in order for the full setup to work.
So does the other side actually.
I suppose so. I'm not that worried about most things. It's just an overall feel, the setup, that you can't help but feel is slightly more risky than just 10 different fields.
Wait a sec. I would take that.
Some of them are Jay.
Are they?
I
I
all
don't
of
see
them.
that one.
Some of
too.
them.
By the time the line will be already there.
No, like I'm saying that in the top
I know.
right corner could
I know.
hit that one.
The line will be gone by then.
No.
I don't think it will be.
No, definitely not.
Is that split tape the first one leading to the spiral?
I think the side dominoes are, but that definitely will work. It always has. Yep.
Have we tested sideways dominoes?
I was about to say that as well.
I did the straight
Going
lines.
to a normal domino?
I really don't expect that it...
That scares me.
Yeah, that's
Especially the curves there, because they're pretty sharp.
They are sharp. That's indeed the risk I was willing to take because there's no other option there.
How wide is the spacing on the small to largest?
Yeah, those are
Well, I don't know.
too close.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real?
yeah.
Or you can have
it set up, it almost could never reach it at all. Okay, well, widen up when I go in there.
You hit it.
No.
Okay.
The green domino fell from that structure.
No, I hit his pant leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's fantastic. Both sides, absolutely fantastic. The space is all filled in. There's tons of new tricks I haven't seen. An even amount of structures and fillers.
Well, I love the diversity in like both sides.
So in terms of who's gonna win, it's gonna be pretty close. Because before the fall down, you only see part of the setup in a sense. The real, true, nitty-gritty bit about the dominoes is in the fall down. And what works and what doesn't will heavily depend on who wins, I think.
Yeah, they will definitely influence things. And to me, it would be awesome if we win. But overall, I think like we built a half of a whole setup which is like awesome and on par on level of creativity and complexity. this setup is just probably the best I have seen and experienced and be part of.
I think it went really well. Both teams did a great job. I think it's going to be an excellent competition.
I really like the overall setup. There's so much creativity going on and it's crazy diverse. I wouldn't have thought it. If we win it or not, I think we have a great setup and I'm glad that everybody's got the opportunity to see that.
I'm just honored to be a part of this, but I think it would be awesome to take first prize.
Definitely.
I think it's really going to come down to the fall down at this point.
Next week's episode is what you've all been waiting for. Finally, we will be toppling this amazing setup that the stylists and the shakers have built, and we'll see if it works. Let me know if you're rooting for Team Shakers or Team Stylists down below in the comments, and get ready for next week.